It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Over to you.
Look, man, it's a rather heavy topic, but yes, let's lighten things up a little bit. In the Espresso Kitchen this morning, it's all about pastries, and at some point in your life, everybody, has chowed down on some pastry, but not a lot of people made their own pastry because they're scared. They think pastry is a very difficult thing to deal with. Well, we're going to take the fear out of pastry this morning. We have Angie Boy joining us in the kitchen. Firstly, to run us through the different types of pastry that you get. Angie, lovely to see you.
Absolutely.
So what do we have here?
No need to be scared of pastry. The things to remember are keep it cool, keep
Okay.
everything cool, don't overwork it,
All right.
and rest it before you bake it.
All right,
So if
so
you remember
3
those
rules,
rules,
and then you're
pretty set.
Pretty much, right.
What we do have here is our shortcrust pastry. So that's a really nice, crispy,
Oh, wow.
cracked,
Yes.
sort of like a biscuity texture for tarts and pies and quiches.
Okay.
Then we've got our laminated pastry, which is a puff pastry, which just means that the butter is layered between the dough layers.
Okay.
So it lifts up and makes it all light and fluffy and flaky. And then we do have a flaky type pastry, as in a roti pastry.
Yes.
If you recall that, it's got the slight bit of layering in it, so it's a little bit
Yes.
flaky. And then we've got our phyllo pastry,
Yeah, which is a very thin,
the hardest
crispy.
one to make, so we don't make it, we buy it.
I can
Much
imagine
easier.
that's very hard.
Yes. So
You
nice
can
and light
attempt
and
it, but be scared of the phyllo pastry. That's fine.
just buy it.
All right, cool. So that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
All
So
right.
what we're going to do now is to make one that most people are a little bit afraid of, which is a choux pastry.
A choux pastry,
Right.
all right. Well,
So
that
if
is
you-
what we're going to make in our recipe as
Yeah.
well. A choux pastry kind of rings with a ganache. Oh,
So we-
deliciousness. All right, let's start off. How are we
Right.
going to do this?
So what we do is we've got, in a pot, we take a cup of water.
Okay.
It's a nice, easy recipe to remember because we've got a cup
Yes.
of water, half a cup of butter,
So a cup of water, half
a
a cup
cup
of butter.
and then a cup of flour. So it's wonderfully easy to remember.
All right.
So we pop that into the pot.
See, you don't need to be scared of it.
And then what we're going to do is let the butter melt, not the mutter belt, and then we're going to let it really come up to a nice full boil.
Yes.
So we're just going to let that happen for a second.
Okay,
We've
cool.
got a pot
You wanna swap this one
working
around there?
here. No, this needs to
Okay,
stay
stay
here.
on there.
Sorry.
How would you describe choux pastry?
Choux pastry is, if you think of your eclairs or your profiteroles or a croquembouche, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That's your eclair,
So nice light
choux
texture.
pastry, very light texture. It's a twice cooked pastry, only twice cooked pastry there is. So we cook it once on the stove and again in the oven.
I see. A
Okay.
twice cooked pastry.
And the idea
Okay.
is that it lifts up, the steam sort of rises it,
Yes.
and then it creates an air pocket in the middle, which we
Alright.
fill. So what we're going to do is fill ours with chocolate instead of cream. Normally you put cream
Oh.
on the inside, we're going to put the chocolate on the inside.
Heavenly.
Okay, so once it's come up to a nice full boil, we just take it off
All right.
the heat and immediately add all of the flour at once. Now this stage is quite important.
Yes.
And
So
you
all
just
the flour
mix
at
it.
once, you say,
It
so?
looks a little weird.
Looks lumpy.
It does.
Yeah, is it
But
supposed to
don't-
look lumpy?
It's supposed to do that. Don't be
Okay.
afraid of it. The whole idea is just mix it, and then
I
what
see,
happens, if you
look
can
at that.
see now, it starts coming away from the side of the pot.
Oh, wow.
And that's what we're looking for.
So once it starts coming away from the pot, you know that's...
Then you know it's ready and it's correct.
And you know you did
and you've
something
weighed it
right.
out right. Okay. If this stage doesn't happen, don't even carry on because
Okay,
it's not
just-
going to work.
just start again.
You start again.
All
Okay.
right.
So once that's happened, we can just move that away.
All right.
We actually let it cool a little bit. We've already got it in the bowl here. It needs to cool just to sort of room temperature or body temperature.
Okay.
If it's too hot, obviously, it's going to cook your eggs when you add them.
Perfect.
So now we just need to...
I know,
actually
this
make-
guy's very tricky. This guy's
make
very
this
tricky.
thing-
You see.
There we go. Thanks, Ewan.
You know.
Awesome. We turn that on for a bit,
Okay.
and we add the eggs. One at a time, and you just let them mix.
One at a time, you let them mix.
Let
right.
them mix. And then you add the next one. So you always add one, then you add the next one. The whole idea is to get as much egg in there as possible so that it's a perfect texture. Because the egg is what makes it light and fluffy.
All right, perfect. Well, you
Okay.
keep whisking there. If you would like to know how to make your very own choux pastry rings with that beautiful, beautiful ganache inside, all you need to do is SMS the keyword Salati to 33728. That's Salati to 33728. We'll send you everything you need to know.
Okay,
Right.
so while that's mixing, Ewan, if you
Yes.
don't mind, we're just going to quickly do our ganache.
I'm going to step over to this side.
Okay, so
And then
we've
quickly
got
show us how to do that.
cream in the pot. We've made
Okay.
ganache before, so cream in
Yes.
the pot, some nice salati brown sugar, a little bit of coffee, and we just let that mix. We pour the hot cream and sugar over the chocolate.
Oh, wow. And that you've used dark chocolate, I see in there.
Got to use dark chocolate because
That's
that's
it.
the best. And now we just leave that to stand. As it stands, it will
Yes,
melt,
it'll
and then
start
we give it a
melting.
good stir. And then what we'll end up with is this sort of a product.
Beautiful. And that's
Okay.
going to be your filling.
That's our filling.
So quickly, once it's all done and dusted and you've got it, so this is what
Right.
you come out with.
This is what we come out with. We pop it in a piping bag. And then instead of doing your normal eclair shape, we're just going to do a round sort of donut shape.
I see. Not too
So,
big as well. I'm
not
trying to
too
make them the
big.
same size because
That's
they need to
the
fit
idea.
on each other.
And then we're just going to put a few almonds on top.
Oh, wow.
Sprinkle that with almonds, sprinkle it with a little bit of water. The water helps them to rise.
See. And into the oven for
Into
how long?
the oven for about 15-20 minutes at a nice high temperature, 200.
Right, and that's what
And
you come out
this is
with.
what you come out with.
Brilliant.
So just a slightly different shape. Then we're going to take some of our ganache, which we've actually let chill, and then we whisk it up.
And you whisk
so
it up.
a little bit like a whipped cream
Yes.
texture.
And then you pipe
And
it
then
on
we're
there.
just going to pipe it on here.
Look at that, and you can get all fancy with your hand movements and that. But there we
There
go.
we
That
go.
keyword once again for our beautiful, beautiful little desserts here this morning. SMS the keyword salati to 33728, and we'll send you everything you need to know. And you're also dusting it with a bit of
Oh, some nice crushed up chocolate.
yes,
a
and
little
the
bit of
sweetness
a
continues.
little bit of extra ganache, and then we sprinkle with our salati caster snow, icing snow. There
Easy
we
as
go.
that, just to make it look
pretty.
Okay, awesome. Very easy. See, you don't
Very
have to be
easy.
scared of pastry at all. This is choux pastry rings with that beautiful chocolate filling, or ganache as we would call it. But if you want to see one more time how we made it, here's your chance.
Place water, salt and butter into a pot, then bring to the boil. Remove from the heat, then stir in the flour. Cool mixture, then gradually beat in the eggs. Pipe mixture into rounds, then scatter with flaked almonds. Sprinkle with water, then bake until golden. For the ganache, boil together cream, sugar and coffee powder. Pour hot liquid onto chopped chocolate, then stir until melted. Chill ganache, then whip until light. To assemble, cut choux pastry in half, then top with whipped ganache. Drizzle with warm ganache and sprinkle with honeycomb chocolate. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword Salati to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
Oh, and it looks heavenly, heavenly, absolutely heavenly. That keyword once again, Salati, to 33728, and we'll send you everything you need to know, excuse me, to make your very own choux pastry rings with that beautiful chocolate ganache. Angie, thank you for spoiling me this morning. This is
a
beautiful.
pleasure.
And it just goes to show that you really don't have to be scared of pastry, especially
Not
something
at
that
all.
sounds complicated like choux pastry.
Yes.
Hey, look at that. Quick and
quite
easy. We
easy.
whipped it up, and we have a beautiful dessert. That keyword once again, Salati, to 33728. But if you really enjoyed this dessert that Angie made for us this morning, don't forget to join Sam Lindsell this afternoon on Afternoon Express. It's at 4 p.m. on SABC3. She's going to be making actually a grenadella loaf cake glazed with salati icing snow, just as heavenly. Make sure that you don't miss it. That's at 4 p.m. on SABC3 Afternoon Express. Of course, you can log on to the Afternoon Express Facebook page and also their website, afternoonexpress.co.za, to get all of the ingredients, and then you can go ahead and cook along with the Afternoon Express foodies. Don't miss it. It's going to be amazing at 4 p.m. on SABC3. Thank you very much. Righto, Zoe, what do you have for us next?